I was straight tripping. I came here with a mission.
Angle.
Breaking the fourth dimension here. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, bro. Inception.
Mind blowing. We got Dan the Lost Boy here on our next Couch Talk episode. You know, we're
Hell yeah.
talk about a lot of different shit today, man. We appreciate you coming in, and man, we've been kind of waiting on this for the past couple of weeks. I've been lurking around in your Discord. So go ahead and just tell the people who we're talking to today. Give yourself a little
Absolutely. First and foremost, thanks for having me, guys. Glad to be here. Glad to, get into a little informal chat about NFTs and kind of what I'm doing in that space. And to introduce myself, Dan the Lost Boy of Project LB52 and our Genesis Collection Space Monkey Fight Club. And generally, I'm just kind of like a rapper, always was doing it as a hobby and kind of like did some blue collar work. And as of 7 months ago, I'd say, quit my job and went all in on NFTs and these ventures. They'll be doing Space Monkey Fight Club. And what Space Monkey Fight Club is a custom made for you song NFT project with a unique avatar membership. So it's the first of its kind on the Ethereum blockchain. And we're just chugging along, growing organically and having a great time doing it. And I want to add, thanks for jumping into the Discord. It was, that's where all the fun happens. And it was great to kind of cross paths in there and set this up through that.
Of course, bro. Yeah. Thanks for having us too. It's tight. There's hella good vibes in there for sure. That's a really cool though. Like you guys have something like you mentioned, never seen it before. You have basically like a two-pronged NFT, like a dual threat.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you kind of like highlighted that because it's actually basically a buy one, get two. So you buy a Space Monkey and you go through a process with me making the song, everything that you want it to be. So it could be about anything. You choose the beat, you choose what goes into it. And then after the fact, you get full commercial rights through it being an NFT that gets airdropped to you. So you're basically walking away with two separate NFTs for the price of one.
BOGO, baby. BOGO.
Exactly. BOGO, baby. Let's go.
Fucking right on.
That's sick as fuck. How do you, so you just collaborate. So say whoever purchases it, right? They have a I don't know, like a thought in mind, like maybe a theme or something, maybe something that they really want to input in there in a song, or have like maybe just a subject, and then you just kind of start spitting on it.
Exactly. And it's a little more formalized, and something I should probably do a better job of explaining that once you buy the Space Monkey, within it as the owner of that token, there's unlockable content. So within that unlockable content that only you can see as the owner of that token, there's actually our intake form, which is a comprehensive form, basically a Google intake form that lists every kind of question that I would kind of need answered to build this song out. So all the things you were talking about, the subject, maybe some of the ideas you've had, some of the vibes you're looking for, the tone of the song, and all of those things. And you get to, again, choose the beat and put it in that form from our website. And from there, I have quite a good track record of songs I've built already. It's enough info for me to really, I think, execute and hit the nail on the head. And if it's not, we kind of iterate a little bit back and forth. But pretty much it's a comprehensive form that once I receive it, we build that out and hopefully knock it out of the park for each and every customer.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I can say I don't really think there's another project doing what you're doing out here. And if this is what I'm understanding, like there's this could give an opportunity to someone to like a database of beats, of like a collaborative method to build a song that goes with this NFT. That, like, dude, I mean, the way music and NFTs are heading lately for musicians, that's a huge subject I'm crazy bullish on, for 2022, is music and NFTs and those going hand in hand.
Absolutely, man. And like, obviously we're bullish on it too, but it's nice that I think people are going to start catching on. And the other thing about NFTs is that people are starting to really understand intellectual property and what those rights can do through things like Bored Apes. You've seen people create coffee companies just using that image because now it's a quick awareness. Everyone knows what it is. So it's the same thing with these songs. You get full rights. So if say you wanted to start an NFT collection and you wanted a commercialized marketing piece of audio, a song to use in all the content, like literally infinitely beat it to death, you can do that here. And I don't take any of it. It's just one purchase price and you can monetize it in whatever way you see fit going forward. So I think when people really start to understand what you can do with IP rights, it'll be a lot more, you get over that hump of, because our purchase price is a little bit higher due to that fact that you can monetize this thing infinitely. So we want to just make sure we're getting our primary sale, and there is a little bit of covering your costs and things like that. And like I say, it's the sky's the limit for what you want to do with it.
See, but that's justified though. It's like you have all these projects. I'm sure you've seen them come out, like these new hype projects like Pixelmon that are minting at like 8 ETH. And it's like, what the fuck am I getting for that? But at least with here, okay, now you have something like, if you want to create content, you can use that music. You own the rights as the background music in that thing, which is something I'm stoked on too, because we're starting to create all kinds of shit outside of like couch talk podcast, things like that, and more like, lifestyle things like that, surfing, riding dirt bikes, all that kind of shit that kind of goes along with the freedom that you find in NFTs and crypto in general. But
for sure, man,
I'm stoked that like you have, like, I can tell just talking to you, bro, you have a process that like just the way you're breaking down how a song is going to be written and constructed. Like your process, you already have it down. Like if you got that solid, you can't fail. So that's tight as fuck.
I appreciate you guys. And like, honestly, we didn't half step with this project. My partner, Matt McKeever, he's well known in the Canadian real estate markets for being a wholesaler, flipper, and actually an educator of, how to come up in the real estate ranks. So with his partnership and some of his guidance, everything was done properly. Like everything's been consulted with legal, consult of making sure that the beats are properly paid for, that again, those commercial rights, when they're over, they're spoken for and proper. So it's a full show. And actually LB52 is incorporated. We're actually, on the books. We're not half stepping. This is meant to be for the next 5 years, where again, some of those projects you were referring to earlier, they're quick cash grabs. Nobody has anything invested in it. It's literally just like pay a quick artist, launch a smart contract as an add-on, and run with the money if it goes well. Whereas this, I'm putting my name on this. Matt's putting his name on this, and we're really not looking to half step. And as you can see through some of our volume, we're not doing what other projects are doing. We're not worried about floor price or just trying to pay some influencer. It's a slow organic growth. And just like, say, a guy like Gary V, we're trying to build something really meaningful. And again, a first of its kind that hopefully when we look back in time, it's a historical NFT.
100%. Dude, right on. And just being able to take it in a lot of different aspects. Whatever you and LB52 decide, which I think has a lot of cool lore, which I hope we'll get into later, because like I said, I've been lurking around the Discord, and we'll link everything below, and that's the important part.
Yeah, we'll plug fucking everything.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. And go have a look, and, definitely dive into the Discord, because that's where I am. You can, if you don't get anything from the info, we can directly communicate.
Like, you guys have questions for him, go to his Discord, ask him questions. He's putting his name, he's putting his time, he's committed to it. And that's what really kind of stands out from millions of projects that are, launched every day or being talked about, is putting the actual effort and action in to make it legitimate.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for even, giving me the opportunity to highlight about that, because we are trying to separate ourselves from the herd in some of these ways that we're talking about right now.
Well, I can already tell, like you touched on one thing too, like floor price. People obsessed with floor price, bro. Floor price is a fuck face, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really like, I follow and I'm invested in this project called Nuclear Nerds. I don't know if you've heard about them, but they're huge on lore. Lore is fucking tight.
Okay.
They're like, that's what their whole focus is. Anybody who's focused on the actual value, you see, and they buy a value, which is all you're bringing to the table is value right now. like you're
offering to build, advice, collaborating.
And what a lot of people don't realize is, especially those that are focused on like these high projects, they ignore value, focus on floor price, and then they wonder why nothing is succeeding for them. And that I'm pretty stoked after, this has been a pretty short conversation this far, but obviously I'm I'm stoked right now just to be talking with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. And again, like, yeah, I agree. A lot of people are just focused on the wrong things. And I think the true thing is how satisfied your holders are. And, you know, usually floor price is almost unaffected if everybody's diamond handing it. And I feel like this project that I'm looking to build is something that somebody's going to be emotionally attached to. You're not going to want to sell your song for a flip. You can, like, that's if you are that investor type and you're looking for some bread, you can. But I think this is a little bit more of a strategic cop where either you're emotionally attached, you're invested for business, and you want to use it for a creative, maybe even monetary use case.
Dude, there's a huge, you know, like personal artist aspect. There's a huge like commercial aspect to it with owning your rights to your own theme song and intro music and being able to display and put that wherever you want, not having to worry about that.
100%.
But you know, that's like, I mean, this all seems kind of technical. You know, let's go into the fucking space monkeys, bro.
Hell
like,
yeah, dude.
like,
Hell yeah.
Because I'm all here for a good story and how that kind of correlates. And let's just how did you get that idea to begin with? You know, where did it come from?
Yeah, so like kind of the whole inspiration for a lot of like the storyline and the art and things like that came from Fight Club, the movie, the book by Chuck P. And just some of the notions that are in that. It's a very deep flick for a lot of reasons. It's cathartic because it's so, you know, violent and things like that. But at the same time, there's a lot more going on beneath the surface in multi-dimensional ways. And me and Matt are both large fans of that movie, that book, and have implemented it like that inspiration in other projects. So we felt it only right to really lean into that with this. And when the space monkey kind of cult, because it's literally a cult almost in the movie where they have all those buzzed head guys and they call themselves space monkeys, it really spoke to us of just like, whether for right or wrong in the movie, that's a diehard community, what they've built. And that's what NFTs is all about. And we wanted to kind of run with that, create another version of the space monkeys, but in a positive music centric sense. So we built out the kind of storyline of these space monkeys get sent to space by humans to go search for life outside of, you know, Earth, because we're depleting it. We're capitalists. We're burning it away. And when returning from space, life ceases to exist here on Earth. So the space monkeys are left with nothing but a USB full of beats and Fight Club, the movie, to kind of guide them as their, you know, their roadmap.
What else do you fucking need? Yeah.
And we're really excited about that because we haven't really leaned into that too much yet. But as we grow again, organically and slowly, and the community comes together and we really hear what people want this to steer in which direction and what they want it to become, we can really lean into that with mutations, you know, second gens, artwork, derivatives, and just a lot of fun, cool things. You could even get into like a show or an animation or something of that storyline playing itself out, but in a Web3 sense. And yeah, I'm really excited and bullish on the fact that we based it off of Fight Club and all of that lore, because you guys are right. It's so important. And if it's just on a value and like utility sense, there's still something to be said about that. But when you weave all of those together, it becomes something magical.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just like, I had a random thought pop into my head. Think about like a concert. Cause you know, like these holographic images are being put in like concerts, and imagine if like you had you were able to make songs and your song could be like played at the fucking Space Monkey concert in front of like 500,000 people at like a festival or something like that. If there's like a little, you know, stage for some NFT space monkeys with some crazy lights and some fucking sick beats.
Dude, you're already leaning into our roadmap. Have you been reading ahead? Because our 100% mark on season 1 is Space Monkey Music Fest, and it's an IRL with digital weave in. We're going to do a full live event, special guests, myself performing. And as you said, anyone that has custom songs up until that point, there'll be 52 of them, is welcome to come perform it themselves, perform it with, dude, you know, just play it live. So we're going all out. And again, with Matt's involvement, he actually has what he calls the Citadel, and it's a large kind of plot of land up in northern Canada that we have the capability right now to have some cool IRL events, you know, on our own property, doing large scale events and performances and stuff. So we're really looking forward to, again, we're not pushing it, but growing organically. And when it comes time, we're going to party, man.
Dude,
Let me know,
fucking
bro.
right on.
I'll fly up right now. I've been
Come on.
flying around like Tyler Durden. I got fucking hella points.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Definitely going to be a great time, and like sending invites to everybody. And obviously Space Monkeys are going to be VIPs when it comes to that. The red carpet rolled out, the full treatment. So I'm looking forward to, obviously getting to a season 1 sellout for multiple reasons, but that being, I think, the cherry on top of getting together IRL, bumping shoulders with the community, people like yourselves that have connected in that Discord and immediately been like, yo, good vibes in here. That's going to transfer into IRL. And it's just going to be a good time, man. Organic, all love.
And the music slaps too.
Come on. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Bro, it does.
If you haven't
Appreciate
checked
you.
out Lost Boy on YouTube, or he posts a freestyle every Friday. Like guys, this man's pumping out content. And if you're not subscribed yet, we'll link everything down below. Fucking do it right now since we brought it up.
Appreciate you. Get it.
Smash the like button.
You got it. You got it. But as just to kind of like coattail off what you were saying, yeah, do the promo song every Friday. You can find some of my personal stuff on Spotify at DanTheLostBoy and all that good stuff, but really focused on Web3 music right now, man. It's just starting to blossom, and there's so much potential here. And I'm glad we're kind of at the core of it.
Yeah.
How'd you get started in all this?
Yeah. What's it like coming from musician facing the giant wall of SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Music versus the path that you chose?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think they're both the questions kind of fit together, because how I got started in this was because of all those like deterring factors of like, the music business. I've been doing my own hobby music for 10 years and actually doing it in my personal opinion, high quality, and, paying some money to make sure my sound is good and all of those things. But it felt like to no avail, because you were always up against, like you say, Spotify streams. And like, if you Google it, it takes like a lot,
millions
of streams to even make ends meet, to think about paying your bills. So that's when me and Matt started workshopping just ideas. He kind of brought me under his wing and was like, yo, I really dig your energy, your music, and I think there's legs for this, but it's not the same way everyone else is doing. We got to look at the game a different way and pivot real hard. And that's when kind of NFTs came into the question, and we realized there was a gaping hole of like, yo, we could do something music oriented that's real custom curtailed. And after I'd done a couple of those Friday promo songs and was lucky enough to sell like the first one I ever made for the Blaze Cats NFT. Blaze Cats was a mock of kind of a meme of stoner cats from Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Quick turnaround. They did it in like 24 hours. So I made them a song, and they actually purchased it from me for 1 Ethereum. So it just proved right on the first one, like there's a market for this. People understand what they can do with these theme songs and how they can use them. And how can we maybe make a project out of custom made full right songs and, maybe add in like a character, an avatar, and a membership. And that's where we are now. We kind of workshopped it up until this point.
I got a question for you, Dan. What do you say to those people who don't see the value in taking the time to build a customized song? What do you say to those?
That's a great question. And I honestly, there's only so much convincing I do like to do, because some people just will not get it. And, you got to know your market, know your customer, know your avatar. And
Right.
I think the people that are maybe on the edge, it's that, again, there's more to it than just collectability. There can be an emotional attachment. Like, for example, the first song that was actually made through our project was called Mama. And the guy wanted a song for his mom to just kind of pay her respects of like, yo, my mom's done so much for me. Bro, no cap. When I received the intake form, I was like, this is what it's about, man. Like, this is what people don't get. So I want to just say to those people maybe that are on the edge, it's really custom. It can mean something here. It can mean something here. It can mean something in a lot of different ways. Money, emotion, all these different things, but just custom. If you're an artist that's not the greatest songwriter, or you've been a closet rapper and never really been able to like do something, but you've always wanted to, here's your opportunity, and you get to own it. It's not like a collab. You get to monetize it, have your own Spotify if you want, and all that stuff. So just I think into the creative ways you can use it. And all of a sudden there's a lot of different doors that open and you think, maybe it's not so far fetched. Maybe I could use this.
I mean, think about what artist, like small little SoundCloud rappers are paying for studio time. You know what I mean? And like, think about the reward or the amount of, listens that they have to get on Spotify to put that money back in their pocket.
Absolutely.
Posted saying, being rewarded live time, not from, royalties if it sells or if they decide to use it. It's way more direct and rewarding to the artist, which is why I'm fucking bullish on music and NFTs.
Appreciate you, boys.
I see this, like even in what you're just saying right now, I keep seeing Fight Club come back. Like what you're saying right now is like, you are essentially, you and your platform are the Tyler Durden for people who are too afraid to, or maybe they don't have the strength yet to be that person, to get it out to the world yet, to let their true feelings, emotions, motives actually come out. You are that person for them, or the platform for them.
Absolutely, man. You're again, like you said about the movie before we jumped on, you can see a different movie every time you watch it. And that's part of this project, man. We want to give the voice to the voiceless and people that maybe don't have a community. They're a little bit of a left field cat. We want you here and we can make a song for you. We can do all of the things and give you that voice and maybe that power to go on and do your own thing, because we want to really be a hub for resources, alpha. I don't want people to just come into my Discord and talk about nothing but pumping our stuff. It's about pumping everybody within our stuff, and once you it's not just buying in to a project, you're buying into like a family. We literally support our own. And as you guys have seen, even if you're not our own yet, maybe even just a prospect or just want to have some vibes and have no intention of buying, we're treating everybody the same. It's all good vibes. So I'm glad you're seeing, man, a lot of the weaving and opportunity for Fight Club to keep reappearing in different parts of this project.
And in life in general.
That's it. You comment read my mind, man, because it's all of life.
Yeah. Let's go over I just want to prod a little bit deeper into your roadmap. What's next month? What's the next 2 months look like for you and anyone involved, your community that you're building?
Yeah, so we're about 10% minted of our first season, and maybe just for some awareness for your audience.
Let's
and
talk
you guys
about how the seasons were, how many there are. Yeah,
exactly, because there is a little bit of like uniqueness there. We've structured it as 5 seasons of 260 total tokens, 52 per season. The reason for the seasons is because it's a direct line to me. I physically work on each one of these songs, and if for some reason, for a good reason, we sold out in like a week, I have to make all those songs. So we wanted to make sure to prioritize each customer and not have any capability of them getting so backlogged that they wouldn't get what they deserved right away in our promised timeline. So to kind of have a contingency plan there and also create 5 different roadmaps, because each one will have its own roadmap. And if you're buying into season 1 now, you're actually going to get each roadmap. So you'll literally get 5 roadmaps worth of value if you're kind of a day one. And to answer your question about where we're kind of at, what's next for the roadmap, we're about 10% minted of the first season, and upcoming for the first activation is 25%, which we're going to unlock our very own Space Monkey theme song. There's going to be a special airdrop of an NFT music token, whether it's from me, someone else very revered in the space, we're yet to determine.
Who doesn't
but there's some
love airdrops? Come on.
Everybody does, man. And some of the fun stuff we've already done, even when we had 2 token holders, we always issue holiday layers for your Space Monkey. So if you want to put a Santa beard on them when Christmas rolls, we issue those direct from our artists, so it fits the kind of aesthetic. And we're just always thinking up fun ways. And our big thing with this project, and I really want to make this well known and kind of clear, is it's always been to under promise and over deliver. So if you read that roadmap and you're kind of like underwhelmed, don't you worry. There's a lot more that isn't written there on purpose, because I don't want to be front run and held to something, you know, that maybe isn't possible down the road because situations change. I'd rather be extra adding on and people saying to their homies like, yo, they didn't even tell me I was going to get this. And now I'm getting airdrops, events, all these other things, merch for free. Because if we do a merch, it's going to be, you know, basically because you already bought a token. There's not going to be another paywall or something like that. Too many projects are doing that. I think, again, under promise, over deliver, and don't front run anything I said here. It's just you'll see as it comes.
Number one rule. That's the number one rule.
That's it.
Fight Club, baby.
Yeah, always. Our number one rule. It's actually the exact opposite. It's to always talk about Fight Club. Tell everyone you know, bro, because as we've alluded, it's a positive thing. You know.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on here. You know, is there anything you want to add to anyone who's still listening or made it this far? Any alpha you want to drop in the last, you know, a little bit?
Honestly, jump into that Discord. That's where you're going to get the most direct drip feed. But I would love to say to any, you know, potential collector, investor, or creator, if you haven't really dove into Web3 and NFTs yet, don't just look through mine. Don't just look through one in particular. Just dive in, because I think there's a lot of fruit, a lot of meat left on the bone for everybody to eat off this, and we might as well share the wealth. So I just want everybody to win. Dude, basically what fucking Captain Dan the Lost Boy is saying is quit your fucking job and do this shit. Yeah. Hey, if it fits for your situation and you're ready to take that leap, I think there is a lot of, you know, green fields and blue skies in this space. So it's just about how creative you can get and how willing and motivated you are to really take it by the horns and not take no for an answer and make something cool. Dude, fucking right on.
Right on. I know you got the grit, bro. Working in I don't know what you did, but you said some labor. Yeah. Labor related. I did concrete.
We've been there.
I did roofing for a long time. And honestly, the most time was spent at automotive factories and just shift work, man. I've worked a fair share of night, afternoon, and day shifts, and just that cycle and like feeling like you'll never get out of that rat race is really stuck with me. And I'm just happy to be doing my thing each and every day and be able to connect with people like you through it, you know?
100%. Yeah. Well, bro, we can't wait to let's touch base here in a couple weeks, man. We'd love for Couch Talk to stay updated with your project, and, you know, keep active in LB52. And if y'all haven't checked into Space Monkeys by now, it's in the description. And if you haven't watched Fight Club either, I can't help you. Yeah. Check the movie, then check the project. And if you're vibing, you want to get that custom song started, OpenSea, grab a Space Monkey, and we can get it started today and have some fun doing it. Dude, fucking right on. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Great show, you know, super chill.
I was